The Bad Bunny will make the news halftime show for the Super Bowl. The NFL announced on Sunday that the Super Bowl halftime show in February will include the Latin artist Bad Bunny, who has won 3 Grammys and helped push Spanish-language music to the top of the charts. With over 130 million viewers of the previous season's halftime show, which featured rapper Kendrick Lamar, the Super Bowl is always the most watched television event of the year. Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, which is close to San Francisco, will. Born in Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny, real name Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, became well-known thanks to songs like Anae, Mi Porto Bonito, and Dákiti. He has 10 Grammy nominations. Jay-Z launched the entertainment and sports company Roc Nation, which will produce this 7th halftime show. Its agreement with the NFL was reached in the midst of controversy surrounding the league's response to quarterback Colin Kaepernick's demonstrations against police brutality against people of color, which started when he started kneeling during the playing of the national anthem. NBC will broadcast the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. The pop sensation Taylor Swift was rumored to be the main attraction for weeks. After almost 2 years of dating, she announced her engagement to Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce in August. Her 21-month Eras tour, which concluded in December, brought in a record $2 billion in ticket sales. The Life of a Showgirl, her 12th original studio album, will be released on Friday. In a recent interview on the Today Show, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell stated, "We would always love to have Taylor play," which fueled the rumors. Obviously, she would be welcome at any time, and she is a very special talent. In 2019, the NFL asked Roc Nation to produce the Super Bowl halftime shows as part of their partnership. Hip-hop and R&B performers such as Kendrick Lamar, Usher, Rihanna, and, in 2022, a medley featuring Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Eminem have dominated the halftime shows ever since. In 2022, Apple Music, a streaming service, was named the show's title sponsor. The announcement that Bad Bunny will headline the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show is a historic milestone that resonates far beyond the spectacle of a single performance. It is a defining cultural moment, reflecting the complex interplay of identity, globalization, race, language, and power in modern America, and by extension, the world. For decades, the Super Bowl halftime show was dominated by English-language pop and rock megastars, artists who were emblematic of the mainstream American musical canon. The very selection of performers communicated whose voices and narratives were deemed universal or worthy of mass celebration. In this light, Bad Bunny's rise to center stage marks a profound shift, a recognition that American cultural identity is no longer monolithic, but vibrant and multifaceted. This moment can be seen as a culmination of a long arc of struggle and progress in representation. Latinx artists have historically faced systemic barriers, from limited radio play in English-language markets to being stereotyped or sidelined. Yet through sheer talent, perseverance, and the transformative power of digital platforms, artists like Bad Bunny have carved out spaces where cultural authenticity and commercial success coexist. His forthcoming Super Bowl appearance symbolizes the breaking down of entrenched barriers and the validation of Latinx voices as central, not peripheral, to American culture. The fact that Bad Bunny primarily performs in Spanish is itself revolutionary. Language has always been a powerful marker of inclusion or exclusion in cultural institutions. The mainstream U.S. entertainment industry has historically favored English as the lingua franca, often marginalizing other languages. By placing a predominantly Spanish-speaking artist at the heart of its most-watched live entertainment event, the NFL is challenging deeply ingrained assumptions about language and accessibility. This is a radical act of inclusion, an assertion that music's emotional and cultural resonance transcends literal comprehension. It invites audiences to embrace the unfamiliar and to recognize beauty and artistry beyond linguistic boundaries. This can foster empathy and curiosity, especially in a socio-political context where issues of immigration, bilingual education, and cultural pluralism are hotly debated. Bad Bunny's halftime show will thus serve as a bridge across cultural divides, offering millions a chance to connect through rhythm, performance, and shared humanity. The Super Bowl halftime show has evolved into a unique cultural space where entertainment meets political expression and social messaging. This evolution has not been without controversy. From Beyoncé's subtle allusions to Black Lives Matter to Colin Kaepernick's national anthem protests, the NFL has been forced to reckon with the politics embedded in sport and spectacle. Roc Nation's involvement as the show's producer adds another layer of meaning. Founded by Jay-Z, a pioneering figure in hip-hop culture and social activism, Roc Nation brings a deliberate ethos of artistic integrity and social consciousness. The partnership itself arose amid debates over the NFL's handling of racial justice issues, signaling a desire to marry entertainment with progressive messaging. Bad Bunny's artistry often grapples with themes of identity, social justice, and cultural pride. His platform has been used to challenge gender norms, colonial legacies, and systemic inequalities, not just to entertain, but to provoke thought and inspire change. His presence on the Super Bowl stage, therefore, is not just an artistic choice, but a political statement about the power of culture to reflect and shape societal values. While this event is undoubtedly a business decision, motivated by the NFL's desire to tap into younger, more diverse audiences and international markets, it also represents a hopeful moment where commercial success and cultural authenticity intersect. In the streaming era, global music consumption patterns have dramatically shifted, with Latin music ranking among the fastest-growing genres worldwide. Bad Bunny's success embodies this globalized cultural economy. His Super Bowl performance can catalyze further investment in diverse artists, accelerating the dismantling of outdated gatekeeping structures in the music industry. It also signals to sponsors, broadcasters, and marketers that embracing cultural diversity is not merely a social obligation, but a lucrative strategy. With such a historic platform comes immense pressure and scrutiny. Audiences will watch to see whether the halftime show delivers on multiple fronts: musical excellence, visual spectacle, cultural authenticity, and broad appeal. Critics may analyze the performance for signs of commercialization or compromise, questioning whether Bad Bunny's message remains intact or is watered down for mainstream consumption. Yet, the true measure of success may lie beyond immediate ratings or reviews. It will be seen in the cultural conversations that unfold afterward, and how younger Latinx children see themselves reflected on one of America's biggest stages, how non-Latinx viewers engage with Spanish-language music, and whether this moment inspires more artists from underrepresented backgrounds to claim their place in mainstream media. Bad Bunny's upcoming halftime show points toward a future where cultural boundaries are porous and fluid, where artistry is celebrated in its many forms, and where inclusion is not an afterthought, but a foundational value. It aligns with a broader societal shift toward recognizing and honoring diversity as a source of strength rather than division. The global stage that the Super Bowl provides is a microcosm of the world's cultural and social dynamics. By elevating a Latin artist of Puerto Rican heritage, the NFL and Roc Nation are embracing this new reality. They are acknowledging that identity is complex and layered, that history matters, and that the stories of marginalized communities deserve a central place in the national narrative. In sum, Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show is poised to be a historic landmark, a vibrant fusion of music, culture, politics, and commerce that captures the spirit of our times. It will challenge old paradigms, spark important dialogues, and offer millions a shared experience that transcends language and borders. This performance promises not only to entertain, but also to affirm the evolving identity of America itself, a nation increasingly defined by its rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and stories. As Bad Bunny takes the stage in Levi Stadium, he carries within the hopes and pride of millions the weight of history and the promise of a more inclusive and dynamic cultural future. In today's interconnected world, music and media no longer recognize national borders the way they once did. The rise of digital platforms, streaming services, and social media has transformed how people discover, consume, and share music. This globalization of music and media has been a major driving force behind the international success of artists like Bad Bunny, who might have once been considered niche or regional stars, but are now commanding massive global audiences. Bad Bunny's meteoric rise is inseparable from the digital age's power to transcend language and geography. Platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and TikTok have enabled listeners around the world to access his music instantly, regardless of whether they speak Spanish. These platforms use sophisticated algorithms that recommend music based on user preferences and trends, rather than restricting exposure based on traditional radio formats or linguistic barriers. This creates an environment where diverse sounds, from Puerto Rican reggaetón to South Korean K-pop, can coexist on global charts and playlists, introducing audiences to genres and artists they might never have encountered otherwise. TikTok, in particular, has revolutionized music discovery. Viral dances, challenges, and short-form video content often feature snippets of songs that then explode in popularity worldwide. Bad Bunny's catchy rhythms and distinctive style make his music especially suited for this kind of viral spread. His songs have sparked trends and memes, helping him penetrate markets far beyond the traditional Latin music fan base. The democratization of music promotion means that cultural and linguistic differences become less of a barrier. Instead, the emotional energy, vibe, and creativity of a song drive its success. This shift has profound implications for how culture is consumed and understood. No longer is American pop music confined to English-language acts. Instead, increasingly reflects the multicultural reality of its audience. The success of Bad Bunny and other Latin artists reflects demographic shifts in the U.S. and around the world, where young people especially embrace multicultural identities and seek authentic, diverse cultural expressions. Moreover, the globalization of music ties into larger trends of media convergence and cultural exchange. Music videos, live performances, and social media presence blend traditional entertainment with interactive and user-generated content, creating a participatory culture. This interconnectedness makes the Super Bowl halftime show, one of the most watched live events globally, an ideal platform to showcase this globalized culture. By featuring Bad Bunny, the NFL not only taps into growing Latinx demographic in the U.S., but also appeals to millions of international viewers who connect with his music. The inclusion of a Spanish-language artist at the heart of American mainstream entertainment signals the increasing recognition that cultural hybridity is the future of media. It reflects how the music industry is evolving beyond rigid genre categories and language confines toward a more fluid and inclusive cultural landscape. This evolution is part of a larger global movement where artists blend influences across borders, fusing traditional sound with contemporary beats, mixing languages, and creating art that resonates on multiple levels. At the same time, the globalization of music raises important questions about cultural authenticity and commercialization. While artists like Bad Bunny benefit from greater exposure and financial opportunity, there's ongoing dialogue about how global platforms can sometimes pressure artists to tailor their sound for broader appeal or risk losing the cultural specificity that makes their work unique. This tension between maintaining artistic integrity and achieving mass-market success is an ongoing challenge, one that Bad Bunny has navigated with notable skill by staying true to his Puerto Rican roots while innovating musically. In conclusion, the globalization of music and media has not only propelled Bad Bunny into the Super Bowl spotlight, but also redefined what mainstream success looks like in the modern era. It exemplifies how technology, demographics, and cultural shifts are reshaping the entertainment landscape, making space for diverse voices and narratives to take center stage. This global cultural exchange enriches the musical tapestry and reflects a broader, more inclusive vision of what it means to be an artist and an audience in today's world.